Okay, so last time हमने कुछ न्यूमेरिकल्स देखे थे, so let us continue the same. Yes, already we are done with this numerical fourth one actually, right? But in this fourth one, I just want to explain one simple thing here. As we can see here, this is the fourth question actually, which tells us that figure below shows the block of mass 35 kilogram resting on the table, and the table is so rough that it offers a self-adjusting resistive force which is of 10% of the weight of the block. A 20 kilogram weight load is attached to the block and is passed over a pulley and freely hang on the left side. On the right side, there is a 2 kilogram weight pan attached to the block and hung freely. Weights of 1 kilogram each can be added to the pan. Minimum how many and maximum how many such weights can be added into the pan so that the block doesn't slide? That is the question. Yes. So we have already seen that the frictional force we have found out to be simply 10% of the weight of the block, and weight of the block is already 35 kilogram. So we can just multiply this 35 by G, which is 9.8. So that's why it becomes 35 into G. That is the weight. And if we find out it's 10%, we are left with this 3.5 times of G. याद रखो ये G है. G मतलब gravity, acceleration of gravity, जिसका value 9.8 होता है. This G is not going to be the gram. Okay. तो ये याद रखो ठीक से. Okay, and we have just applied the condition here that for this block not to move, तो ये block move ना होने के लिए condition क्या है? तो condition ये है, क्योंकि देखो अभी suppose अगर minimum weights हमको अगर यहाँ पे add करने हैं, तो in that case the frictional force will be in this direction because we are going to add the minimum weights. So इसके लिए ये जो 20G इतना जो ये जो force है ये already बड़ा है, and we are going to go on putting these weights of 1 kilogram each in this pan here. Because of that, the applied force will just go on decreasing continuously. ये जो applied force, resultant force will always be in this direction only, because this 20G is going to be greater than this force exerted by the weights put in the pan here, and because of that the resultant force will be always in this direction, and that's why in order to oppose that, the frictional force will have to be acting in this direction, which is represented by this red colored arrow. Okay, so अभी इसमें कंडीशन ये है, ये ब्लॉक स्लाइड ना होने के लिए कंडीशन ये है कि जो अप्लाइड फोर्स है, जिसको बोल सकते हैं F applied, whatever force is applied must be actually less than the maximum limiting force of static friction, we can just say. So that is called as the FR. Here we can just say, यहाँ पे जो हमने FR निकाल के रखा है, that is the maximum force or frictional force that can be provided by the surface of the table here. So ये surface जो है वो उतना rough है, जितना भी रफ है उसके हिसाब से वो जितना मैक्सिमम फोर्स प्रोवाइड कर सकता है, तो वो उससे कम अप्लाइड फोर्स यहाँ पे अप्लाई होना चाहिए, तब जाके ये ब्लॉक जो है वो रेस्ट में रहेगा. सो ये जो लेस देन कंडीशन है, दैट इज वी हैव टू कीप इन माइंड, दिस F applied force must be less than FR. And if you just see here, then what is the applied force in this case here? ये जो FR है इसको सिर्फ एक तरफ रखो और ये जो टर्म है पूरा उस तरफ लेके जाओ. That will be actually the applied force. That means we will have to imagine a less than sign here in this case. So if we just consider this less than sign here also, we can just get a less than sign here also, and it will just carry forward in this way and up to the last step here. यहाँ तक ये carry forward होगा, और यहाँ पे हमने already M1 को इस तरफ रखा है और ये 20 को उस तरफ रखा है और 5.5 को उस तरफ लेके गए. So this sign will just get reversed like this. It will become greater than, because M1 जो है वो भी यहाँ पे लेफ्ट साइड में था, राइट साइड में था, जिसको हमने लेफ्ट साइड में ला दिया, तो इसलिए उसका जो साइन है ग्रेटर देन साइन वो इस तरफ आ जाएगा. और फिर ये 20 minus 5.5 which happens to be 14.5. That means we admit that M1 has to be greater than this 14.5, and the nearest integer, which is just greater than 14.5, is going to be 15 kilogram. And that's why the 15 kilogram must be the correct option or answer here in this case, because of this greater than sign or less than sign here. The condition here is that the applied force has to be less than the frictional force, maximum frictional force that can be provided here. In the same way, in the next screen also, you can just see here in this case, but we want to find out the maximum weights that can be put in the pan so that the block will remain at rest. So in order to do that, the maximum weights have to be added in this pan. So उसके लिए हमको क्या करना होगा यहाँ पे? We'll have to imagine that the applied force in this case is going to be in this direction here, in the rightward direction. And in order to balance that, the frictional force has to be applied in this opposite direction here. But again, the condition is the same. That is, applied force has to be less than the limiting force of static friction, which can be provided by the surface or roughness of the surface. And if we just check here, then applied force happens to be actually this m2 plus 2 into g minus 20g here. तो ये पूरा जो है वो applied force बनता है. So we can just note it here and get this as m2 plus 2 into g minus 20g. This has to be the applied force, which has to be less than this Fr. Fr is going to be 3.5 times of g in this case. So this is the condition which we have got from this applied force less than Fr, that is frictional force. So if we just use this condition here, that then it is equivalent to say that if we just have this m2 plus 2 into g here as it is, and 20g जो है वो उस तरफ है, और यहाँ पे 3.5g जो है वो यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी है. तो 3.5 के साइड में वो ग्रेटर देन वाला साइन है, तो इसलिए यहाँ पे इस तरफ वाला साइन आएगा, ग्रेटर देन वाला साइन यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. ठीक है, और उसकी वजह से यहाँ पे हम देख सकते हैं कि ग्रेटर देन वाले साइन की वजह से, ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी वही कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा. So we can just transfer this 2 in that side, and this greater than sign will just be remain same as it is, and this will give us m2, which is 21.5 must be greater than m2, which means that m2 should be just less than 21.5. Okay, so m2 must be less than 21.5, but m2 can be integer only because we are provided with this 1 kilogram masses each, which can be put in the pan. And that's why the nearest integer, which is less than 21.5 here, is going to be 21. And that's why the 21 kilogram of the force or mass has to be put in this pan here in order to oppose this friction. Okay, so let us see the next question now. That is about this fifth one here. Yes, just read it carefully. Power is the rate of doing work, or the rate at which the energy is supplied to the system. Correct. Power is the rate of doing work or rate of at which kinetic energy or potential energy is supplied to the system. A constant force F is applied to the body of mass M. Okay, so power delivered by the force at time t from the start is proportional to. Okay, we want to find out the power. Yes, see here, simply एक force जो है, एक constant force F जो है वो इस body के ऊपर apply हो रहा है. Suppose this is the body, and suppose a constant force F acts on this body, and for a time t, suppose. So after time t, the force will be F only, no doubt. But we don't have the velocity here, because power requires the force to be multiplied with the velocity. Remember, the instantaneous power can be found out by multiplying the instantaneous force by instantaneous velocity. But here in this case, the force is constant, so we can just get this force to be F only, no doubt. But the instantaneous velocity, or we can say the velocity at time t, is not given directly here, but we can just find it out. Just because the force is constant, So the acceleration of this block will also be a constant one, which can be obtained by just dividing this force by mass, which will be F upon m only. And since this acceleration is obtained here to be F upon m, once we get the acceleration, we can just use the first kinematical equation here so as to get the velocity. So using the first kinematical equation, we can just get the velocity after time t, which will be actually v is equal to u plus a into t, but u is going to be 0 just because from the start ये उन्होंने बोला है कि नहीं, that means the body is going to be at rest, so we can just assume that this velocity v will actually be simply 0 plus at, and hence we can just have this v to be simply equal to 0 plus at, means 80 only, but a is already f upon m, so we can just replace it by that and get this as f upon m into t. Okay, so this is actually going to be the velocity after time t is here. So this velocity has to be put here in this formula so as to get the power. So power will actually be equal to force, which is a constant, into velocity, where velocity is obtained to be force upon mass into time simply. And if we just expand this or simplify this further, then we can just get it as f square upon m into t, which shows that if this f square upon m is going to be a constant, so we can just say that this power is finally directly proportional to the time t here in this case. Okay, so this will be the answer. Power is proportional to the time. That means the power is proportional to time raised to 1. That means this a must be actually the correct option. Okay, which tells us that power is proportional to the time. No doubt. Okay, any doubt? Okay, let us see the next question. See this sixth question here. Okay, just read it carefully. 40,000 liter of oil of density 0.9 gram per, okay, is pumped from an oil tanker ship into a storage tank at 10-meter higher level than the ship in half an hour. What should be the power of the pump? Okay, that means suppose this is the lower level, and suppose the oil is just stored in this lower tank here, and there is a pipe which is connected to a motor, and this pipe just sends this water or oil into another tank which is at a 10-meter high. तो यहाँ पे ऊपर वाले टैंक के अंदर ये ऑयल पहुंचाया जा रहा है जो कि 10 मीटर ऊपर है. तो सपोज दिस इज द टैंक विच इज 10 मीटर हाई. तो ये जो डिस्टेंस है ये हमको दिया हुआ है 10 मीटर. ओके, जस्ट वेट. So this is the 10-meter high. Now 40,000 liter of oil of density which is given here. Okay, see here, power is defined as the work done upon time, or we can just say that the rate at which the energy is transferred or energy is pumped. So अभी यहाँ पे इस केस में क्या है ना कि वर्क डन इज अगेंस्ट ग्रेविटी, ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स के अगेंस्ट ये वर्क डन किया जा रहा है, तो जिसकी वजह से यहाँ पे ये जो वर्क डन है उसके लिए हम mgh ये फॉर्मूला यूज कर सकते हैं बेसिकली। क्यों? क्योंकि mg इज द फोर्स एंड h इज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट, दैट इज द हाइट। सो ये जो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का जो फॉर्मूला है, पोटेंशियल एनर्जी का जो रेट ऑफ चेंज है, दैट विल बी द पावर इन दिस केस हियर। सो इन दिस केस this m is a variable, g and h are constants, so we can just write this in short that m is going to be in the interior and this g and h is going to be out because they are constants. So you can just have this as g into h into dm by dt here, that is the rate of mass of liquid which is लिफ्टेड अप। तो जितना लिक्विड यहाँ पे लिफ्ट हो रहा है उसका मास यहाँ पे हमको डालना है, और जितने टाइम में वो जा रहा है वो टाइम यहाँ पे हमको सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है, तो जब तब जाके हमको पावर मिलेगा। सो हियर पावर कैन बी फाउंड आउट टू बी सिंपली इक्वल टू g which is going to be 10, h which is again 10, and dm by dt where mass of liquid which is just lifted up can be written as, अभी देखो यहाँ पे dm by dt को हम सेपरेट निकालेंगे चाहिए तो, क्योंकि इट रिक्वायर्स कन्वर्जन। सो dm by dt का मतलब क्या होता है, देखो द मास ऑफ लिक्विड विच इज लिफ्टेड अप इन सम पर यूनिट टाइम। तो इसके लिए यहाँ पे जो मास लिफ्ट हुआ है, तो मास कैन बी रिटन एज वॉल्यूम इनटू डेंसिटी, ये समझ सकते हो आराम से। सो वी कैन जस्ट से दैट दिस विल बी डेंसिटी इनटू वॉल्यूम, नो डाउट, एंड दैट इज टू बी डिवाइडेड बाय dt, नो डाउट। सो हियर rho matlab density which is already given to be 0.9 gram per cc, but we have to not to forget to convert it into SI units। तो density का जो वैल्यू दिया हुआ है 0.9 ग्राम पर cc, okay, मतलब सेंटीमीटर क्यूब। yes, so we have to convert this into kilogram per meter cube, because that is the standard unit actually। so if we just try to convert this 0.9 gram per centimeter cube into kilogram per meter cube, it is a you can just remember that 1 gram per centimeter cube happens to be 10 raised to 3 kilogram per meter cube। ये अच्छी तरह से याद रख लो। It is the conversion factor between the units of density, and we can also prove it by using dimensional analysis, but just not required here, just remember it as it is। So it because of that it will become actually 900 here, so it will become 900 kilogram per meter cube. This is going to be the value of density here, but at the same time the volume of liquid which is transferred in that time is also given here, that is 40,000 liter। so again we have to convert it this 40,000 liter into meter cube। so volume dv is given to be 40,000 liter। if you just try to convert it into meter cube, then we should know the conversion factor actually, and that conversion factor is simply that 1 liter is going to be 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube। so if we use it here, then we can just get this 3 zeros just cancelled and we'll just left with 40 meter cube। okay, तो ये conversion factor हमको याद रखना है अच्छी तरह से। 1 liter is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube। okay, so if you use it here, then we can just understand this 40,000 liter will be equivalent to simply 40 meter cube, and that is to be put here। so density के बदले हमको डालना है 900 और 40,000 के बदले हमको ये रखना है 40, वॉल्यूम के बदले 40 रखना है, और टाइम कितना है, तो देखो यहाँ पे इट्स गिवन दैट हाफ एन आवर, करेक्ट है। हाफ एन आवर मतलब कितना हो गया वो 30 minutes, but again minutes or hours is not a standard unit of time, the standard unit of time is second। so we have to convert it into seconds. So half an hour मतलब time हो गया 30 minutes, but each minute consists of 60 seconds. So it will be 30 into 60, and then it will be in seconds. Okay, so this will give us dm by dt as a whole. तो ये dm by dt हमको निकालना होगा इसमें से, जो हमको मिलता है ये देखो यहाँ पे जीरो, दो जीरोस जो है वो इधर से कैंसिल हो जाएंगे, और बाकी 3 ones are and 3 threes are, and again these 3 ones are 3 twos are, and these 2 ones are 2 twos are 4, and so finally हमको मिल रहा है ऊपर 20, करेक्ट है. So here this is going to be 20, and that is going to be in kilogram per second. Okay, dm by dt will be in kilogram per second, no doubt. Okay, so this value of dm by dt has to be put here in this formula, so that we can just get this 20 multiplied with 10 into 10, which happens to be actually 2000. And as we know that the power is always measured in watt, so we can just get this power to be simply 2000 watt, which can also be written as 2 into 10 raised to 3 watt, and 10 raised to 3 watts means kilowatt, and hence we can just get this as 2 kilowatt as a final value of power, which is required here, which is there already in the answer. Okay, यहाँ पे हमको ये समझना जरूरी है, यहाँ पे ये जो हमने यहाँ पे इस तरफ किया है, ये हर एक स्टेप समझने लायक है. हर एक स्टेप के अंदर तुम्हारा गलती हो सकता है. एक तो सबसे पहले डेंसिटी का जो वैल्यू है वो हमको ग्राम पर सेंटीमीटर क्यूब को किलोग्राम पर मीटर क्यूब में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए उसका जो कन्वर्जन फैक्टर है वो पता होना जरूरी है और याद रखना जरूरी है. उसके बाद ये जो डीबी है, वॉल्यूम, सॉरी, यस, तो वॉल्यूम का जो वैल्यू है, तो वो वॉल्यूम का वैल्यू हमको कन्वर्ट करना होगा. वो लीटर से हमको मीटर क्यूब में कन्वर्ट करना आना चाहिए. उसके लिए भी कन्वर्जन फैक्टर जो है वो हमको पता होना जरूरी है. भले अभी इसमें एक आर्ग्यूमेंट तुम कर सकते हो कि अगर सपोज हमने यहाँ पे ये जो दिया हुआ था, जिस वैल्यू में दिया हुआ था, मतलब जैसे कि 0.9 ग्राम पर सीसी में वो दिया हुआ था, और ये 40,000 लीटर्स ये यहाँ पे दिया हुआ था, इन दोनों को डायरेक्ट भी मल्टीप्लाई कर देते थे तभी भी हमको सेम ही आंसर मिलता था, नो डाउट. उसका रीजन अलग है लेकिन, बट वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट वी हैव टू कन्वर्ट द यूनिट्स एवरी टाइम. ठीक है, सो ब्लाइंडली हमको सिर्फ जो दिया हुआ है वैसे ही वैल्यूज यूज नहीं करने हैं. वी शुड बी एबल टू कन्वर्ट द यूनिट्स इन प्रॉपर सिस्टम. ठीक है, या आइदर इट शुड बी इन एसआई सिस्टम और इट शुड बी इन द सीजीएस सिस्टम accordingly. So we have got this dm by dt finally, and this dm by dt is used here in this case so as to get the power. And यहाँ पे भी हमको ये भी याद रखना है कि power happens to be the work upon time. That means this work done is going to be same as the potential energy, because it is a conservative force here. So conservative force अंदर work done और potential energy same ही होते हैं. इसलिए यहाँ पे या तो work done हम डाल सकते हैं या तो फिर potential energy भी डाल सकते हैं, no doubt. So this potential energy, and that is to be divided by the time, or we can just simply do one thing, mgh, that is to be divided by t. ये भी हम कर सकते हैं, no doubt. And m upon t has to be found out separately in this way here. तो यहाँ पे जैसे हमने किया, मास को वॉल्यूम इंटू डेंसिटी एक्सप्रेस करके, और वो वॉल्यूम और डेंसिटी रिप्लेस करके और टाइम को भी रिप्लेस करके हमको मास अपॉन टाइम मिल जाएगा. And then we have to multiply it by gravity and height so as to get the final power, no doubt. तो ये भी हम इस तरह से भी हम इसको कर सकते हैं, no doubt. चलो, if you have any doubt, just put it in the chat box. Let's go to the next question. Yes, 7th question here. Okay, 10 identical masses m each are connected one below the another with 10 strings. Okay, holding the topmost string, the system is accelerated upwards with an acceleration of g by 2. What is the tension in the 6th string from the top, and the topmost string being the first string? Okay, So see here, the situation is like this, in which there are 10 strings and 10 masses also. So this is the situation. This is the rigid support. And suppose there are 10 masses here. Just forget about this 10 masses. We can just show them here simply. Okay, तो कितने हो गए देखो 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10 here. Okay, so these are the 10 masses which are attached to the 10 strings also. So in this way, this is the first mass, suppose. Okay, so this is the approximate diagram. Last mass is going to be added here below the last string. Okay, so there are 10 strings and 10 masses also, which are attached to each other in this way by using these strings. Okay, so and this whole system is just moved in the upward direction with an acceleration of g/2 here. Okay, तो पूरा सिस्टम जो है वो ऊपर वाले डायरेक्शन में g/2 इतने acceleration के साथ मूव कर रहा है. Okay, so what we want here is what is the tension in the 6th string from the top. Okay, so just locate this 6th string from the top. So this is the first string, this is the second string, this is third string, this is fourth string, fifth and sixth one here. So we can just understand that the tension in this 6th string here will actually be obtained. See, since the whole system is getting accelerated in the upward direction, so we can just consider this numerical in two ways. तो ये दो तरीके से हम इसको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. सबसे पहले हम pseudo force कंसीडर करके, और दूसरा मेथड होगा pseudo force कंसीडर न करके. अगर हम इसको pseudo force कंसीडर करना है तो we'll have to be in the same frame as that of the moving bodies string. मतलब इस string के frame of reference में अगर हम रहते हैं तो उस केस में ये pseudo force यहाँ पे काम करेगा. So every body will just experience a downward force of g/2 mass into g/2 on that. So that's why ये 6th string के नीचे जितना भी mass है तो वो हमको calculate करना होगा. How much mass is present below this 6th string? We can just say 1 2 3 4 and 5 m. So you can just say that the total mass below the 6th string we have to find out. So the total mass below the 6th string is going to be 5 times of m. Okay, and then we have to find out the tension. So tension in this string will actually be, देखो इसका इस बॉडी को, मतलब इस टेंशन इन द स्ट्रिंग अगर इसको हमने T मान लिया तो हम ये समझ सकते हैं कि इसके नीचे जितना भी मास होगा उसके ऊपर उसका जो भी लोड है तो वो यहाँ पे हमको अप्लाई करना है. तो टेंशन इन द स्ट्रिंग विल बी एक्चुअली द मास बिलो द स्ट्रिंग, दैट इज 5m, शुड बी मल्टीप्लाइड विथ, अब यहाँ पे जो ग्रेविटी है तो वो ग्रेविटी हमको यहाँ पे यूज करना है, तो यहाँ पे आएगा g, नो डाउट. But at the same time, a pseudo force has to be also put here. Pseudo force has to be considered here. तो ये पूरा जो मास है जो इस स्ट्रिंग के नीचे लटक रहा है उसके ऊपर pseudo force कितना एक्ट होगा. That pseudo force will actually be the product of mass of the whole body and acceleration of the frame here. The acceleration of the frame is going to be g/2 here, and that's why the same 5m has to be multiplied with g/2 also, so that we can just get the next final tension in the string to be simply equal to 5 mg plus 5 mg by 2, which happens to be So it will be 5 mg, so 15 mg by 2. That means it will be actually 7.5 times of mg. No doubt. Okay, तो ये हो गया using this method, first method, that is considering the pseudo force in the consideration. But if suppose we look this whole system from the outside observer is at this point, suppose यहाँ पे अगर observer है तो उसके frame of reference के अंदर pseudo force का कोई रोल नहीं होगा, बट pseudo force के बदले हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा, न्यूटन सेकेंड लॉ अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा सिंपली. ओके, सो न्यूटन सेकेंड लॉ अगर अप्लाई करेंगे तो देखो ठीक से यहाँ पे इस बॉडी के ऊपर तो इस बॉडी के नीचे जितने भी जितना भी लोड है तो वो हम यहाँ पे डिस्कस करेंगे, which will be actually 5m into g will be the weight. Okay, that is a downward force acting on this here. And what is the upward force acting on it? The tension T suppose, and T must be greater. So tension T minus 5 mg should actually be equal to the net force actually. तो net force अगर हम यहाँ पे कैलकुलेट करेंगे तो net force कितना हमको मिल रहा है? So net force will be the same 5m, and that should be multiplied by the acceleration of the whole system, which is going to be g by 2 here. And hence we can just get that T becomes equal to simply 5 mg plus 5 mg by 2, which is once again the 15 mg by 2. That means it should be 7.5 mg. The answer given here is simply 6 mg, which should be wrong maybe. See, we can do this by another method also. अगर हम इसको एक थोड़ा अलग मेथड से भी अगर करेंगे तो भी देखो ठीक से जो हमने ऑलरेडी सीखा था रेगुलर में. If you just apply construct the equations of motion here, if you consider the tension in the first string as T1, the second string का tension T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6, ये अगर हम मान लेते हैं, or even we can continue here, T7, T8, T9 and T10 here. So first of all we can just get that T10, यहाँ पे ये जो मास है m इतना, तो इसके ऊपर अगर हमने न्यूटन्स लॉ अगर अप्लाई किया तो हमको क्या मिलेगा, देखो the T10 is acting upwards and mg is acting downwards. In addition to that, the pseudo force will also be acting in the downward direction, right? So therefore we can just get the equation T10 minus m into g minus m into g by 2, okay, should be equal to 0. अगर हम ये pseudo force के फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस में देखेंगे तो मतलब स्ट्रिंग के फ्रेम ऑफ रेफरेंस में अगर देखेंगे तो T10 कितना मिलने वाला है हमको. So T10 will be actually equal to mg plus mg by 2, मतलब ही 3 by 2 mg, correct? Yes, so T10 is obtained to be 3 by 2 mg, no doubt. What about T9 here? ये जो टेंशन है उसके लिए अगर हमने अप्लाई किया इसको तो हमको मिलेगा upward force T9 minus T10, that is the downward force here, and should be actually equal to T10 minus T9 minus T10 minus m into g by 2 here should be equal to 0. this again gives us this T9 to be simply T10 plus mg by 2. That means 3 by 2 mg plus mg by 2, which actually happens to be, so यहाँ पे लिख देंगे 4 mg by 2, which happens to be simply 2 mg. Okay. T9 ऊपर, T10 नीचे की तरफ, और हाँ उसका खुद का वेट भी तो काम करेगा ना, और यहाँ पे माइनस mg भी आएगा, सॉरी. So minus mg by 2 also and minus mg also will be there, and that will actually be 0. So in this case, T9 can be found out by putting T10 here, which is 3 by 2 mg, and here you can just simplify this further and get T10 plus 3 by 2 mg, मतलब 3 by 2 mg plus 3 by 2 mg ऐसे आने वाला है वो, तो जो बनेगा एक्चुअली 6 by 2 mg, मतलब 3 mg एक्चुअली. ये बन गया T9. In the same way, if we just apply this same thing here for T8, तो इस थर्ड बॉडी के लिए अगर हम अप्लाई करते हैं तो देखो ऊपर वाला T8 टेंशन है और नीचे वाला टेंशन T9 है. So you can just say that is T8 minus T9 minus mg minus mg by 2 will actually be equal to 0, which gives that T8 is equal to T9 plus, here it is 3 by 2 mg, right? So here it will be 3 by 2 mg in this way. And then we can just simplify this as T8, which is going to be equal to T9 is 3 mg here. ये 3 mg यहाँ पे हमको डालना है, तो 3 mg plus 3 by 2 mg, which happens to be actually 9 by 2 mg, right? So this is 9 by 2 mg, which is obtained at T8 here. If you want to talk about this T7 now, ये T7 के लिए हमको इस वाले बॉडी के ऊपर अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा न्यूटन्स लॉ. तो इससे हमको मिलता है इस बॉडी के ऊपर के डायरेक्शन में फोर्स है T7 minus T8, which must be equal to, और which minus mg उसका खुद का वेट minus pseudo force जो कि m into g by 2, and the sum of all these forces must be 0, which gives this T7 actually to be T8 plus 3 by 2 mg, and hence T7 can be obtained to be T8, where T8 is going to be 9 by 2 mg plus 3 by 2 mg, which happens to be actually 9 plus 3 is 12. So 12 upon 2 मतलब 6 mg. ओके, शायद फिर उन्होंने 7th वाले स्ट्रिंग के अंदर का टेंशन पूछना होगा. ओके, क्योंकि उनका जो आंसर हमको मिल रहा है 6 mg जो आंसर मिल रहा है, तो वो हमको 7th स्ट्रिंग के अंदर का टेंशन हमको मिल रहा है. ओके, बट सिंस they are asking for the 6th string from the top, so we'll have to apply the Newton's law on this mass here. ये वाला जो मास है उसके ऊपर हमको न्यूटन्स लॉ अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा फिर से, जिसके ऊपर के डायरेक्शन में टेंशन काम कर रहा है T6 और नीचे के डायरेक्शन में टेंशन जो काम कर रहा है वो है T7. तो T6 minus T7 minus उसका खुद का वेट minus pseudo force mg by 2 will be equal to 0, so that we can get as T6 is equal to T7 plus 3 by 2 mg, and then last T7, if we just put the value of T7 here in this case, then we can get this 6 mg plus 3 by 2 mg, which actually happens to be the 12 plus 3 मतलब 15, तो 15 by 2 mg आएगा. So 15 by 2 mg. Once again we have got it as the same answer here. तो शॉर्टकट से भी हमको वही आंसर मिला था, जो कि हमसे लॉन्ग कट से भी हमको वही मिल रहा है. बट जस्ट मिस्टेक इसमें ये है कि शायद उनको What is the tension in the sixth string from the top? Maybe that they are asking the tension in the seventh string from the top. Okay, then it will be the correct answer as they have got it here. Same. Okay. Let us see the next question. Then. Yes, eighth one. Here. Two galaxies (9 billion solar mass and 4 billion solar masses are 5 million light years apart. If the sun has to cross the line joining them without being attracted by either of them, through what point it should pass? Okay. So diagram will be something like this. Two galaxies of masses 9 billion solar mass. तो मतलब ये सपोज एक गैलेक्सी है और दूसरा गैलेक्सी जो है 4 billion solar mass. They are 5 million light years apart. So the distance between them is also given. That is 5 million light years. If the sun has to cross the line joining them, okay, तो sun को इन दोनों के line joining them को cross करना है without being attracted by either of them. Yes, that is, sun don't want to get attracted by them, any one of them. That means the sun has to pass through such a point on the line joining them where the gravitational influence of both of these galaxies must be zero. Correct है? तो इन दोनों का gravitational influence zero होना चाहिए. ऐसा point हमको ढूंढ के निकालना पड़ेगा. Let us say that its distance from the first galaxy of 9 billion solar mass is R1. Okay, so R1 is the distance of first galaxy, and remaining distance will be, or we can just say the distance is R only, but the total distance is given here, that is 5 million light years, right? So if we just have this 5 million as a total distance, then we can just consider that the remaining distance here will actually be 5 minus R automatically, correct है? ये distance हमको 5 minus R बन जाता है. Okay, so at this point, if sun is present at this point here, then the gravitational force due to this first galaxy here will be towards this line, towards this direction, and the gravitational force due to the second galaxy here at this point will be along this line and towards this direction here. So both of these gravitational forces, the gravitational force due to the first galaxy must be exactly equal to the gravitational force due to the second galaxy here. Then and only the sun can pass through that point without getting attracted. So gravitational force हमको equate करना है. If we take the mass of sun to be 1, just because देखो यहाँ पे जो galaxy है, तो ये first galaxy का जो mass है वो 9 billion है, तो उसको हम 9 billion बोल देंगे. 9 billion, billion मतलब 10 raised to 6. Okay. And here the mass of the second galaxy here is going to be 4 billion. That means 10 raised to 6. 10 raised to 6. So 10 raised to 6 को अगर हम B से denote कर देंगे, so in comparison to that, the mass of sun will be simply 1. So we can just get the gravitational force of attraction between the first galaxy of mass 9 billion and the sun will actually be given by G according to Newton's law of gravitation. Okay, G into 9b into 1 upon R squared. R is the distance between the galaxy and the sun actually, and this must be balanced by the force, gravitational force acting on the sun due to the second galaxy here, which should be actually G into the mass of the second galaxy, which is 4 billion, and that is multiplied by mass of the sun, which is 1 actually, and that is to be divided by this 5 minus R the whole square. here we have kept this 5 in million light years only. So the answer will also be in million light years only. R का जो value आएगा वो भी million light years में ही रहेगा. Okay. So here we can just see that this gravity acceleration, universal gravitational constant G will get cancelled. B will also get cancelled, and what we are left with is simply 9 upon R square is going to be 4 upon 5 minus R ka whole square. And if we just take the square root on both sides, then we can be able to get this 3 upon R, which is going to be equal to 2 upon 5 minus R. And if we just cross multiply it here, then we can be able to get this 3 times of 5 minus R should be equal to 2 times of R. And then we can just get that 15 minus 3R should be equal to 2R, which gives the 15, which is equal to 5R, which means R must be equal to 3. And this is also in million light years. Okay, million light years. So R should be equal to million light years. And this is the distance from 9 billion solar mass galaxy. So 3 million light years away from 9 billion solar mass galaxy. Okay, and automatically it will be at a distance of 2 million light years from this 4 billion solar mass galaxy. Okay, so the distances are 3 and 2 respectively. So we have to find out the distance, and it is 3 million light years only. So this is going to be the correct answer. Okay, so this is all about the lecture. तो यहाँ पे हमने 8 questions तक solve किया है आज के lecture में. Let us solve the next questions in the next lecture. तो आगे इसके आगे की जो questions है वो हम next lecture में solve करेंगे. Okay, so thank you all of you.